It was buried away for a long time, almost locked away inside of one of those really, really airtight safes in my mind that I honestly thought I would never open again. But as time moved on and I realized that my desire for story and characters and taking them in with a different medium and, you know, having a new adventure every day is something that I didn't realize that I was missing. I used to read a lot when I was a kid. I don't really know how much I truly retained. I think I have undiagnosed ADD or ADHD, or, I mean, God knows what else is out there that I probably have that would make my mental capacity and also behavior in everyday situations a whole hell of a lot easier if I really understood what was going on with me. But I do know for a fact that I read a lot of different things. I read the Left Behind series. I read the Harry Potter series. I read through Goosebumps and through Fear Street and, you know, these different series of books. Not all of them, obviously, but, you know, enough from each of those that I started to really find myself as, you know, a lover of the horror genre when it came to books. And after a while, and I don't know what did it, but I stopped reading. Either I didn't have the time or the mental capacity or the will to enjoy the things that were laid out in front of me and just handed to me on a silver platter. I mean, to be honest, I should have been a reader from the day that I could walk. Everybody around me read books, especially my Aunt Heidi. When you go to my Aunt Heidi's house, you can see that there is actually a specific section in her office that she has that I have come to call the library. It's where I always saw The Skeleton Key by Stephen King. It was that wind-up monkey that was on the front of it. And I heard that the monkey's, you know, story actually wasn't that good, but they made a movie about it. I saw a death count of the video, and it looks fucking bananas, no pun intended. But the point is that even my mom, like, I mean, she read tons of things. She was actually the first person that I know for a fact had read The Long Walk and told me about what happened to certain characters, and that was so many years ago. Now we have a film, and ultimately listening to the book made me realize that I wanted to own it. I wanted to read it. I wanted to experience it the way that people had when it first hit shelves. Audiobooks have really been a lifesaver for me because it's something that's helped me work out in the mornings. It's something that I look forward to, especially when you get a really good actor that is able to make the voices sound realistic. And even if they're not, you know, even if they're not specific and on the point, it's one of those that, you know, at least their emotionality shows that they're doing the story justice and that it's giving you the adventure that you've been looking for. I've listened to The Long Walk. I've listened to Dean Koontz Whispers. I've listened to Stephen King's It, which is 44 hours long. If anyone has the patience to get through those 1,500 pages, I 110% just applaud you because, my God, this much of it is the history of Derry, and it's just so thick with information and story and characters. Even with the Audible side of things, I've dove into Splatterpunk. I listened to The Slob by Aaron Beauregard, which I do not recommend. He has another book called Playground that I watched a full breakdown of to kind of get an idea of what goes on in this guy's head. I'm telling you right now, the subtext of the book on the front of it says that it would make the most even seasoned horror veteran cringe. Yeah, it's got that. But that's the thing. I want the most disturbing stories. I want the most uplifting stories. I want to dive into all the Stephen King books that I've missed out on for the past 20 years of my life that I could have been reading. Now, some people may think of this as an odd thing, but truly I feel like I've just opened up a superpower that I forgot that I had, or that maybe I never fully attained before. When a human being reads, there's this wonderful thing that your imagination does, is that, at least for me, because I don't have a voice inside of my head that I hear, but I have pictures, I have very vibrant details, colors. It's almost like that in some instances it's like maybe the colors are, I wouldn't say alive, but that they're so unique to my imagination that it's a selfish experience that I really very much enjoy because, dude, nobody else in the world will ever perceive these stories the way that I have. When R.L. Stine says that he's sitting in the den of his house, that truly makes you wonder, okay, what kind of a den was it? Or living room? Or movie room? I mean, it just, we only have our memories and our fixations of what makes us us that allows our minds to be able to think of these things and to build the building blocks for these stories to be able to happen. I just drove past somebody's house. They actually have a Pennywise tapestry that's in the front of their garage. That's really, really cool. Life imitating art, I suppose. But no, this is a chapter that I'm truly excited about. And ironically enough, being fit and walking is the thing that's making me understand that it's good to take some time to stop, sit in my office, and just read and take in stories that I should have taken in a long time ago. I would say this too, I'm not even really that good at it. I space out a lot. I've got to really try to keep my mind focused and focus on word for word. I've even tried to narrate as I read because sometimes it makes it feel that more realistic. I'm excited to keep going and to find new stories and to find things that maybe I'm so familiar with the film, but taking in the book is something that gives you a true idea of what the author was really, really going for. Some movies nail it. Jaws, in my opinion, is better than the book, but the source material is still there, and that's something that should be paid attention to. Right now, I'm reading The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King. In fact, I'm getting into literature so much is that I'm using the morning to listen to audiobooks, and then at night I read a separate book. So right now, I've got The Fun House by Dean Koontz that I'm listening to while I work out or do housework. I'm getting multiple worlds, and it's kind of like almost watching multiple TV shows. I know for a fact that I couldn't read multiple books at once because I know some people that do that they have such an organization in their mind that they can keep out all their characters separate in these different plots and different things to not have things meld together. Maybe it's that moment of them going, man, when the hell did Mel come back? Oh, wait, both of these books have a guy named Mel. Oh, maybe I should focus on one at a time. But I'm embracing it. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm super excited. It's one of those that I'm thinking about even like taking lunch breaks to read my book and, killing a chapter here and there. It's stuff like this that the older that I get, the more and more that I'm looking at ways to enjoy the time that I've been given. I struggle with faith. I struggle with many different things of understanding why I'm here and, what the true meaning of everything truly is for me personally and, the grand scheme of my life, the decisions and the mistakes I've made and how everything fits. But I know for a fact that I was put here to have at least a good time in some retrospects. So I'm going to enjoy the shit out of some stories because there truly is something really incredible about reading a book and letting your imagination take over because that's when the good stuff happens. I'm excited for more. So, what book recommendations do you have? What's some of your favorite Stephen King, Dean Koontz, or even Frank Peretti books? Any kind of genre, any kind of writer, I'm all for. I want a book that's important to you. So, what book would you recommend? Thanks, guys.